Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and the more observant of you will notice Kerbin has no clouds. What's going on? Well, I have upgraded to 0.25 and I haven't bothered installing the visual enhancements pack yet. I did bother, though, launching my Duna lander, which has no landing gear. I don't know if this thing's going to successfully land. It's slightly better than my Eve lander in that I put the parachutes behind the heat shield. Actually, I didn't even bring a heat shield. I'm going with the just the engine braking and hoping that the engine will keep this thing going. And I'm also hoping that 4 parachutes is enough to land this guy. Assuming the engine survives re-entry, I will also use it to help slow the ship down on descent. But I didn't bring the smaller dish because there was some talk on the comments in YouTube that it should be still blocked. We'll find out, though, when the time comes. The dish is currently aimed at Kerbin and active, and this guy doesn't have a maneuver node for 56 days, and it's the next thing to happen. So let's go ahead and get him out. Bye-bye, Kerbin. Bye-bye, Moon. Minmus is around here somewhere, I bet. Yep, there's Minmus right there. But anyway, 52 days from now. Yeah, it's a very small burn. So we're just going to go right down to it here. And watch our orbit hopefully get intersected with Duna. And it didn't work. And hopefully this 0.2 meters per second is really all it needs. What are you doing? Oh god, it was burning the maneuver node. It was trying to burn the maneuver node for some reason, even though I was hitting the go faster button. That's annoying. So we're going to add a new maneuver node here and see if we can fix our problem. Which I don't even know what the problem is anymore. But looks like we need to go prograde a little bit. Oh, I see what it is. Signal delay exists in this thing here. So I don't want to deal with signal delay, so I will be back in just a moment. Okay, we're back, and we have actual control of our ship now, which is always nice. Okay, we don't currently have connectivity to the ship, but with any luck, yeah, it's aiming at the thing. Let's focus on this guy. We at least have, yeah, this is 90% of it here. I'm just going to fast forward until we have a satellite able to talk to this guy. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm making it worse. This is why I can't do signal delay, because it just ruins the whole seat of your pants that obviously I excel at. Okay, let's try this again now. We're burning. We're burning. We're burning. We've got... Okay. The Duna lander is coming in. And... I'm actually going to burn it to the other side here. Like so. And that's sadly, though, not the next thing to happen. The next thing to happen is the Moho flyby. So let's go ahead and do a flyby of Moho. It's been so long since I played, I don't actually remember. Oh, it's just I just was fiddling around trying to get a close approach that would cause him to get a little bit closer to the equatorial plane, but I don't think that's gonna actually happen. But this guy has perfect connectivity to Kerbin at all times because he's far enough away. So I'm just going to manually aim him at that maneuver node, and we're not actually going to do the burn until we're in the sphere of influence. Okay, we are in a new sphere of influence. We have science to do. This guy, we didn't have thermometers back in the day. Available experiments. Let's see, material study and mystery goo. Let's do them both. And we're going to keep the data for now. And I'll show you why in a minute. And we're going to aim at See, if you look at our trajectory, we're coming over the North Pole. And we are 37 kilometers off. I want to get down to at least 10, maybe 15. There we go. Now, what's it going to take here to get our orbit equatorial? Meaning, when it ejects from Duna, it will be flat to the plane. It will take that. It will take 35 grand. And we have 197, so we're going to say no to that. We're just going to live with the fact that this guy's never coming back. So that makes me though want to crash him. Sadly, that's going to be on the dark side, but we might be able to fix this so he crashes on the sunlit side. Now this would mean that, oh no, actually that's bad. We do want to crash him on the dark side. Although wait, Kerbin's over here, right? This is Minmus. So yeah, we do want to crash him on the light side, so we can get some readings. It's gonna be tight, but I think as long as we can get it up here somewhere. So let's use a little bit less. I want a super low periapsis here. So what we want to do, my goal is to come in and just smack into the planet. But we've only got 197 meters per second. So I'm going to do this very carefully. We are going to burn this way. Now if we run out of fuel, this could all be for naught. But my goal here is to just... There we go. Now let's delete this thing. It doesn't say we're going to impact. There we go. Now it definitely has an impact time. So now what we want to do here is transmit our science. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward. We're going to turn off everything, including this. And we are going to fast forward until the alarm tells us that we have low over Duna science. And Kerbin is off that way somewhere. Here comes Moho. Okay, there we go. Oh, temperature scan, mystery goo, material study, transmit. Yes, transmit and transmit. Transmit. And then we're going to take another thermometer data. Where did I put the thermometer? I didn't even know this thing had a thermometer. Oh, it's right here. Log the temperature. And oh, it's not worth anything. Okay. Well, we have successfully transmitted everything. And this guy is now unceremoniously, or ceremoniously, depending on how you look at it, exploded into the surface. Very cool. Too bad we couldn't see those new explosions because it embedded itself so greatly into the surface. But we got the science, which is the important thing. So let's go back to the Moho flyby, who is now... oh, there's one thing I wanted to do. Too late now for this, but let's go back to the Space Center. We got 69 science for Moho, but we could have gotten more because what I wanted to do was I wanted to use these guys. Let's see, I don't want reputation. I want to use reputation. Takes 5% of your reputation gain, and it gives you science. So we're gonna actually... We don't care. Oh wait, we can't take 1,000 reputation? We've got it, don't we? Apparently we just can't do the highest one. So we're going to do this one. We're going to accept the cost of this and say yes. Yeah, we don't really care about fun. So we're just going to use reputation for science. And this is fair because it's the new version. And also I think I've done the what do you call it? Low science thing. Long and hard, and it's taken a lot of trouble. So I'm going to not worry about that anymore. Yeah, there's nothing in here that we really care about, so I'm not going to bother with these things. So yeah, let's go ahead and do Moho. Oh, that's because he's dead now. Okay, that's funny. So the Moho flyby, we don't need this anymore. It's the Dres flyby that's next. So let's go ahead and do Dres's maneuver node. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, this guy has a little bit of fuel left in these 2 tanks, but as soon as he uses that up, we are going to we're going to dump those into interstellar space. And this guy is basically in the same boat as the Duna ship, except for he has slightly more Delta V. Well, actually, he's got a grand of Delta V. But he's gonna do this maneuver node here, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna try with this guy. If I can get him back to Kerbin, I'm going to. If I can't, I'm gonna crash him. Okay, doing this burn really quick. Just gonna get it down to the wire because we are hitting a target very far away. So we're gonna do this as close as possible, which is about like that. Let's go ahead and check out what our Dres encounter looks like. Pretty garbage, actually, to be honest. We need to burn north. And we want to go again over the North Pole of this guy. Now I don't know which way to go from here, so let's set up a maneuver node. And why do I leave map mode to set up a maneuver node? I will never know. A little bit of prograde, or retrograde, but not that much. That's actually really good. Ooh, look at Dres. It's been a while since I've seen these things just in their default state. Let's go minus on the normal. Wow, that's a lot of change. We're going to wait until we're in the sphere of influence to worry about that. So that's pretty good. That gets us right over the top, and hopefully we'll be able to set our... get really close to it over the top like we did with Moho, except for not crash into it, use it to get back to equatorial, and then try to hit Kerbin from there. And actually, we might not even want equatorial. At least it'll probably be mostly equatorial, but because we might be out of the equatorial plane a little bit. But anyway, 8 days. I guess we could probably just do this burn now. So let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, because it's all prograde or retrograde. So let's just do this burn. There we go. Okay, I'm going to thrust limit this thing all the way down to the bare minimum. And then I'm going to go north a little bit. That was redonkulous. There we go. So, this guy is now ready to encounter Dres in 290 days. So, the next thing to happen, though, let's once again check this out. Make sure it's what we want. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. 5 kilometers off the surface. We'll probably raise it up a little bit when we get closer, just because we don't want to crash into it and not be able to transmit anything. So, so yeah, but anyway, we're heading to Duna now, so let's go ahead and land on Duna. That's the main event here. Let's focus on Duna. Or not Ike, Duna. There we go. Now, what we want to do is, this is actually perfect, because Kerbin is out there somewhere. Kerbin is over here. So, as long as we keep it on the mostly sunlit side, we'll be fine. So what we want to do is we want to burn radially inward. We've got 700 meters per second. We got a ton of meters per second. Let's make sure we don't need to dump any tanks or anything. We do not. Okay, what we want to do here is burn radially inward until the trajectories mod, which I'm going to bring up here and be able to drag because that would be nice. Display trajectory is already on, and apparently he's fixed it so that we don't get the white line until you actually intercept. Hopefully it will work. This is all stuff I haven't tested since upgrading to 0.25. I quite literally upgraded to 0.25, blew up all the buildings just for fun, and then copied this save over. I haven't done anything else. So let's burn down until we enter the atmosphere here. See, that's entering the atmosphere. And this is not showing me the trajectory. Update now. Display trajectory. Yeah. So this thing isn't working, which is kind of sad. From what I recall, you want to do 13. So I'm going to hit F5 because the trajectory thing isn't working, and I refuse to lose this game because I don't have the predictive ability that I should. And I don't want to leave and go into the thing. So 12 is probably too low. And here's the thing, we're very likely going to have some burning up here. Let's go ahead and retract these panels. And this antenna. Make sure we retract the correct thing. And let's tell the computer to keep him aiming prograde relative to orbital velocity. I want, but negative. Orient to retrograde. Yeah, he's turning now. Okay. So as soon as he actually orients retrograde, and we're going to let him reorient to retrograde here. Now, we have, I just realized, yeah, we have 2 science experiments. We want one in the atmosphere and one on the ground. But we're going to observe this materials bay and transmit it. Now, let's go ahead and do that. Let's observe one of these mystery goos and transmit it. Okay. Yeah, these solar panels are barely keeping... actually, they're not. Oh, temperature scan. Definitely transmit that. Yeah, but we just have to live with the fact that we're running low on power. And I'm hoping that we'll have enough power to open up the solar panels when the time comes. I'm actually thinking... this might be a huge mistake. We're going to extend this panel. And where's the sun? The sun is directly overhead. So we are going to rotate the ship to get some more electric charge. And then we're gonna close this panel again once oh, that's the ship is fighting me. But once we get up to, say, 70, I'm going to close this panel again. Okay. And then we're just going to go through the lower atmosphere here. And it is bringing our vector down, so we're definitely going to be in the atmosphere. And this is bad, potentially. The dish is still very cold. These parachutes are still very cold, so I think we're fine, actually, as far as this is concerned. As long as this doesn't screw up our... oh, and we're low. Dang it. We could actually get all this stuff and not worry about landing. But we're not going to do it. And our power's actually going up now, which is nice. But yeah, what we're going to do here is... yeah, we're still going down. Let's go ahead and get us out of the atmosphere here. I'm assuming we're going to go out of the atmosphere. It looks like we will. Yeah, he's back to orienting prograde, or retrograde. I'm afraid to open a solar panel, but I'm also afraid that he's going to lose his connectivity to Kerbin. But we actually have a while before he loses connectivity to Kerbin. Our altitude is at 32 now, though, so, and we were above 32. We were above here when we opened the solar panels last time. So let's go ahead and open one of these solar panels. Yeah, it's fine. That way, ideally, he's now should be generating more solar power than he's getting. Yes, he is. Okay, now what I want to do here is somewhere around here, I want to actually burn. I wish we had the trajectories mod, but I want to burn, ideally so we come down in, say, this crater right here. Which actually might just happen. But we're going to burn down just to guarantee that we come down at least before it. So, aim yourself at that node and execute the burn when the time comes. And then now we're at the point where we can't talk to the probe anymore. It's kind of cool watching this. You can see the line of his ability to talk to Kerbin there. We're still in the sun as we come down around the bottom of this thing. But it looks like we're going to have connectivity like right after this node here. Well, we've got 13 seconds. I'm just going to let it burn the node itself. And the boys back home don't know that it's successfully doing this burn. They won't know until it comes around the other side, which is just cool in my opinion. But there he goes. He just did the node. Now let's fast forward until we get a connection, which we now do. And now we have a connection with the ship, but it's not in the sun, which is crazy. So we're going to bring it around here. Yeah, his power is officially out. Oh, and then it came back up, which is cool. And it looks like we're probably not going to land in that. Well, we might. Let's keep going until we hit the atmosphere, and then we will see what happens here. I'm keeping the solar panels out until we hit the atmosphere, though. Okay, we are officially in the atmosphere, so we're closing one of the solar panels. We are going to aim retrograde again. There's the ice caps of Duna there. We're not landing in those. We're also not taking these readings. Ideally, what I'm hoping is if the parachutes obviously aren't working to slow us down, that we'll have time to run these. Actually, we can run the temperature scan. What I'm hoping is we'll have time to run these experiments and transmit them before crashing into the ground and exploding and dying. Okay, we're below 25, so I'm going to retract these panels. We're just going to have to live with the power we have until we reach the ground. If the solar panels burn off or something like that, we should have enough. We should have enough electrical power to. Yeah, see, this is what happened last time, and it. Yeah, I don't know why he is stable like that. It doesn't seem like he should be stable like that. Looks like we are going to land right in this hole, which is perfect. Yeah, he doesn't have the torque to keep himself aiming this way, and I don't see why it would be stable this way. But you know what I'm going to do? I am going to turn this off. We're definitely coming down in that hole. Actually, that hole, which is kind of funny. Oh, we can see ground scatter. Okay, we are 4 kilometers off the ground. I'm hitting the chutes. That's definitely going to keep us aimed retrograde. Mostly. All 4 chutes are good. I don't see how we couldn't... Yeah, we'll be fine, because at the very worst, we can use the engines to slow us down. So I think this is officially a successful landing. He says. Impact time, 10 seconds. There we go. There we go. Successful deployment of all 4 chutes. The ship is coming down at 6 meters per second. Now I really wish I had landing gear. Temperature scan, let's go ahead and transmit that. Let's open up one of these solar panels. Now, there is a chance that the dish is gonna break when it falls over. So I'm gonna try to hit these really quick and transmit them really quick as soon as we land. Ah, I hit the wrong button. Oh boy. Whew, we didn't blow up. Okay. Material study, mystery goo, temperature scan, transmit. Transmit that data. Let's open up this solar panel. Transmit that data. And transmit that data. And let's take another temperature scan. Why not? Okay, well, we successfully landed on the ground. And the ship didn't blow up. We did something successful. Yay, go me. I don't think this was enough. Let's go ahead and do the Duna flyby as well. It's 110 days away. And then we can start planning some man stuff, because we probably got enough science from all this stuff. So let's go ahead and jump to the Dres flyby. Good job, Duna. Duna lander, I guess. Okay, Dres flyby. You just got a time warp. Okay, Dres flyby has science data to do. Oh, and apparently we can't bring that up in here. Okay, mystery goo, material study. And we're going to keep these because we are hoping to retrieve this vessel. As crazy as that sounds. Now, are we going to impact? That's the big question. And it really looks like we're not. However, we're not going to have... Actually, well, we should be able to still talk to Kerbin from low, as long as it's like here. I'm just really afraid that 5 kilometers isn't enough. I'm going to go up to 10. I am going to hedge my bets here, because the last thing I want is this thing to crash. That really looks like there's no chance of it crashing. Let's leave it there, because I don't want to screw up things too much. Let's go ahead and get close to it. We still don't have scientific data to do. Okay. So let's keep, and keep. And it's snapping snapshots and pictures, even though it's the dark side, so you wouldn't really see that much. but it's taking all these pictures for transmission later. And it looks like it did successfully... successfully traversed the northern pole of Dres, and now it's heading back out into space. Probably never coming back to this planet, although we might. I should probably talk about what we're doing with the series now. Now that I've probably unlocked the ability for people to get out into the solar system, because the hitchhikers will allow Kerbals to actually get out there. I'm going to make this series... I've decided to turn this series into my Visit the Anomalies series. I hope that doesn't bother anyone, because it's going to be showing kind of... whatever you call it. It's gonna show spoilers about the game. Yeah, it's right here is our periapsis. So that's 270 meters per second. We've got 1,000. So yeah, This is doable. But we're not going to wait the year for that to happen. Let's go back to Kermit. But I want to I want to see all the anomalies. The ones I haven't seen yet. So that's the way we're going to do it. Anyway, back to the fun stuff. Docking ports and hitchhikers. Let's research it. Now I feel like we have this like dearth of stuff here. The barometer, definitely. We should research that. Rovers probably would be important. The accelerometer, let's research that. And if we have 550, we should get the gravioli detector and the other atmospheric thing. Just so we have all the science when we head out here with our Kerbals. So, next episode, we are going to send a manned mission, probably to Duna. We're going to send at least 2 guys, one in an orbiter and one in a lander, and they are going to land on Duna. They're going to do all the science that we haven't done, and we're going to see what happens. It should be fun. And we're also going to find the face, and I think there's something else on Duna. I don't remember what it is, but we're gonna do that. And I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you continue to watch, even though I'm gonna spoiler things a little bit. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy what comes up. I am going to enjoy doing it. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.